Hey everybody, welcome back to Overland, Florida. I know it's been a very long time since I made a video, and I've had a lot of people messaging me, asking me what I've been up to. Now, if you don't follow me on Instagram or social media, you're probably not going to know, but I'm a very avid boater, and I go boating probably 12 to 13 days a month. So every day I'm off, me and my buddies, we go out to the lakes, we go to Weeki Wachee, Rainbow River, Anna Maria Island, Jewfish Key, some local sandbars and stuff like that, and just hang out and watch the sunset go down. So for me, camping season goes from Thanksgiving to spring break, which is like the first or second week of March. And from March until Thanksgiving is boating season. So I usually put away all the camping stuff unless I go out to the Keys, and I kind of need the camping stuff for camping down there. So I get a lot of questions. If you guys want, I boat so much, I'll be more than happy to make boating videos. I just don't want to bore people to death. There's usually not a whole lot of audio with boating videos just because it's so windy out on the water. So this is my Riverhawk. It is a 2008 hull, and I think the engine, if I remember correctly, is a 2017, 2018. Very good engine, no problems. I just did all the maintenance on this. Changed the oil filter, lower unit oil. Just got to do the impeller. Anyway, this is a really popular boat. I get a lot of questions about this. This is 15.5 feet long, and it is 60 inches wide at the widest point. And it's awesome. I love this boat. Very stable. You can have two full-size grown adults fishing off one side. It's not even going to lean at all. As far as the engine, it's 20 horsepower Suzuki 4-stroke, and I get roughly 15 to 20 miles to the gallon. It's very fuel efficient. I can go out on the chain of lakes. I do probably 25-30 miles if I do the entire thing twice, and I fill up with like 1.1 gallons. So it's really awesome, very cost effective to take this kind of boat out. But I'm going to be doing a series, and that is going to be on this boat right here. So thanks to Tyler, who follows Overland, Florida, I picked up this Hurricane deck boat, and my plans for this are going to turn it into a bow fishing boat. A few years ago, if you guys remember, I went camping at Fort DeSoto, and my buddy Josh picked me up on his Hurricane deck boat that he converted into a tower boat. And we did some bow fishing. It was so much fun. I went out with him a few more times, and he since sold the boat, so now I decided to take it upon myself to go ahead and build the same boat that he had. So it's a 19.5 foot Hurricane deck boat. It's called the Fun Deck. It has a 150 horsepower Evinrude 2-stroke on the back. It's an older motor. I prefer the newer 4-strokes, but he gave me some receipts, and we took it on a test ride, and it had a lot of work done in the last year, so it's deemed reliable. So I gotta start it up and take care of it and keep the juices flowing in the motor so it doesn't sit for a while. For those of you that don't know, tower boats have these huge towers in the middle. This one's 8 feet tall, which my plans for this boat is maybe after I make this video, I'm gonna take everything off the deck. Luckily for me, it's all just screwed down with Phillips head screws, stainless steel. So I just gotta unscrew everything, take it off, clean up this tower, and mount the tower towards the back of the boat. I guess before I start taking too much of this apart, I'll give you guys a little tour. It's an older Hurricane deck boat in really good shape. There's no soft spots in the deck. Interior is nice and clean. So I got two little swivel chairs right here up front. This right here is a live well, and it works. This right here is just storage for your anchor, your skis, life jackets, stuff like that. It's pretty big inside. You can fit skis in there, of course, so it's nice and long. Here's the center console that I'm going to be taking out. Here's the wiring that I got to figure out, which I pretty much looks like a mess in there, but I've been going through it. I've already taken some things out. A lot of the stuff I'm not even going to hook back up. Don't need a speedometer, don't need a tack, don't even really need a fuel gauge. This is for bow up, bow down. This doesn't even have trim tabs on it, so I don't even know why that's on there. Most of these switches, they all work. The nav lights, live well, deck lights, the horn, bilge, all that stuff. So I'm going to remove this panel, tape off, label everything, and put some new switches in the tower up top. Then I got to extend some lines. Gonna keep the same steering, same throttle, same shift linkage. Actually got to measure and extend it about 5 to 6 feet. So once I get this installed in the tower mounted on the boat, which is approximately where these blue pieces of tape are, that's where the tower is going to be. So once I get that measured up, I can order up my new lines, have everything good to go. So it's gonna be a pretty easy build. Basically just wiring, doing everything correct the first time. This is for a GPS fish finder that I have inside. It works. It's about 5 p.m. right now, so hopefully by the time sun goes down, I have everything removed except the center console from the deck today. So I got both sides off the rear, and luckily for me, when I took this side off, it opened up the whole side of the center console. So really easy to get all these wires, really easy for me to cut wires and tape things off, and figure out what wires I'm going to keep, which ones I'm not. Like I said, I'm not going to hook up a lot of this stuff. So pretty much all these wires from the controls going forward I don't need, because these are going to go to the speedometer, the tack, stuff like that. This wire particularly goes to my GPS fish finder, so I'm going to need that one. But a lot of this stuff goes, I'm sure it probably has like an electric choke, so a lot of these wires go to electric choke, stuff like that. So I got all the wiring figured out. This is all for the controls, but the last thing I have to do before I can remove this center console is get this steering cable undone. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I mean, this is really old, but you're supposed to put a pin in there and it releases the cable, you can pull it out. But I've done it probably 5 or 6 times, and it's hard to push the pin as hard as you can and pull this cable as hard as you can, because there's not much arm room to get in there. So might need a little help with that, but other than that, all these wires are done. Luckily for me, there was a pretty big harness right here, so I just had to undo the harness. These are all the stereo speaker wires, which I'm not going to be using, so I could cut all those. And I have a couple ground wires. This right here goes to the horn, which is right there. So it's actually a lot easier than I thought. Luckily all the wires are color coded too, so that's going to help me in the long run. I just have to pull that switch panel out once I get the steering done, and then tape off all the wires which you're supposed to go to. So here it is, about 8:10 at night. I got a lot done, a lot more than I thought. Thanks Mom and Dad for the Ryobi tool set for Christmas, putting it to use. I got the tower mocked up right there. I just got to go to Ace Hardware, get some little stainless steel screws and screw them in all the holes that I took out. Wash this down, remove this seat post, that was the captain's chair. Literally this is all. I have to order a longer steering cable. Kind of just splice my wires. That's the only wires I have to extend. This is all for the shifter, the linkage, and the throttle. So I got to order 2 new cables. So that's really not that hard. I just got to measure up, put the other end, the top half of the tower on there, measure it up, add a few more feet. That should be good to go. For the most part, I left this part on here for now because I think it's kind of nice if I'm gonna have people riding in the front and they have something to brace themselves or hold on to with. These aren't gonna stay on here forever though. But I have a really nice big area for some bow fishing and some just hanging out, having people out on the boat. So thanks for following along, guys. If you want more boating videos, like I said, I go boating a lot. I'll be more than happy to make some. But this is my project right here. Like I said, my friend Josh had a boat just like this, and it was so much fun to go bow fishing off of. We were catching almost, I don't know, I'd say almost 40 fish in about 50 minutes an hour. So it's pretty fast. Once you get on the fish with the bows, it's pretty fast to shoot them, reel them in, and then get ready to shoot some more. So it's a lot of fun.